Welcome to Cook Serve Delicious 2 and my continuing attempts to do all the Chef for Hire events at all the restaurants and get a medal each time. Preferably gold. Acceptable is silver. Disappointing is bronze, but occasionally it will happen. This time around I'm going back to Orvie Sports Grill and shift number 2, which has pizza slices, burgers and ribs, with rolls, fries and beans, I think that is, as a side. Beer as a drink, 35% buzz and 6 serving stations. The pizza slices and ribs I prepare in advance. The burgers I partially prepare in advance. So, in theory, it shouldn't be too bad, especially with a 35% buzz. So it should allow me to get a perfect day and a very pretty gold medal, assuming I don't make any stupid mistakes. But as it's me, stupid mistakes are, well, hardly unknown, I think is the polite way of putting it. Okay, that's the pizza finally prepared. That's the ribs. Of course, the downside of this is I have 3 sides, but I can only actually use 1 because of all the other foods I'm preparing. Okay, the Destroyer Burger. Just poured enough beer in there. Meat. Bacon, Swiss, pickles, mushrooms and a regular bun. Okay. Yes, I'm a little out of practice with burgers, so I'm having to stop and think. However, with that burger I didn't have to stop and think at all. That was so easy, that burger. I wish more of them were like that. And I've got a rush hour coming up. And a very quiet period, apparently. And that's me out of ribs. Hey, meat, bacon, cheese, tomatoes and a regular bun. Okay, meat. Lettuce, tomatoes, pickles, egg in a regular bun. And that's me out of burgers, of course. Okay, let's do 5 and 6. Oh, and some more ribs. Two, and number 5 is more ribs. And I can finally do some meat, bacon, cheese, Swiss, and a regular bun. Yeah. Meat, bacon, lettuce, tomatoes and a regular bun. Meat, bacon, lettuce, tomatoes and a regular bun. Meat, bacon, onions, fried egg and a regular bun. Meat, lettuce, tomatoes, pickles, fried egg and a regular bun. And I've run out of burgers again. And run out of pizza slices as well, by the looks of it. And tossed red sauce, cheese and pepperoni. And now I've just run out of ribs. Meat, bacon, cheese, lettuce. I almost put tomatoes on that, which would have been what is generally termed as a mistake. Lucky I stopped myself. Yeehaw, caught up. Lots of people sat around at my tables, not eating. Another rush hour coming up. There's less people in my restaurant not eating at tables, so the lady in the middle is holding a fork. Oh, and I've run out of sides. Let's go with fries. Oh, okay. And I've run out of pizza as well now. Stuffed. Pesto, cheese, pepperoni, sausage, bacon, green and red peppers. That got me through the rush hour. Now apparently I've got lots of chores to do, and I really need to create another pizza. Because the odds of me not having a pizza slice, parmesan, chicken, olives, green and red peppers. Okay, I didn't mean to create that pizza apparently. But I got my nice perfect day and my pretty gold medal. And I unlocked New Mexico Plates 2009 wall object. Okay, 456 NFL. Interesting license plate. And I've still got 9+ shifts to go at all the Sports Grill, or unlocked, should I say, currently. Okay, email. Thank you for your fair and equal treatment. I'd like to thank you for treating all your patrons equally. Just because I can't afford to live on the upper floors of Tarragon Tower doesn't mean I should be treated any less respectively than those who can. If anything, those jerks up there should be treated like the jerky jerks they are. I'm glad to see I'm not alone. They're such jerks. Donald, extension 4715. There was another email where somebody from the upper levels of Tarragon Tower was complaining that they should be treated as a priority in my restaurants because they were more important. So I guess that's the opposing point of view. All people should be treated equally and all that. How very socialist of them. That's actually one of the things that complete nutty throws me in America. They use socialist as an insult, whereas I just look at it as a different point of view. And I was actually called, I was called a communist by one of the right-wing Tea Party supporting nut jobs who I happen to work with. And, well, there's quite a few of them actually where I work. And some of them are just, well, how can I put this in the nicest possible way? Some of them are completely unburdened by the facts. They have an opinion and no fact, no matter how valid, can sway them from their bias. There again, if you listen to Fox News, there's a whole lot of people who seem to believe in bias without facts. Whilst I'm not as I've been accused of, a socialist, a communist, a liberal, I was fairly right-wing in Britain when I was young. Or when I was, because when you're young, as I figured it, everything was pretty black and white. It was either right or wrong. There were no shades of grey. As I've grown older and more experienced and more knowledgeable about various subjects, there are shades of grey. And so I've become more tolerant and less judgmental as I've gotten older. Whereas most of my people in my age group, or people younger or older than me, that I tend to encounter in America, are less. The older they get, the more set in their ways they tend to get, and the more adamant they are that theirs is the only correct point of view, and anybody who disagrees with them is either a socialist, or if they disagree with someone from the other perspective, you're a fascist. And they don't seem to understand that there's an area in the middle where someone can actually have a reasonable point of view which is neither extreme. If you don't agree with them, you're obviously at the other extreme as far as they're concerned. And it's really kind of weird, the way that people think. I didn't mean to go off on a political rant, but that just whole people being equal email just reminded me of some of the nut jobs I have to work with. And I have to tolerate. Whereas, personally, if given a choice between tolerating some of them and setting them on fire and pointing and laughing at them while they dance around whilst they're covered in flames, it's that the second option is actually my preferable option for some of them, because it would increase the IQ level of the surrounding area if they weren't around. But that's just me having a rant. As I say, as you get older and you learn more, you tend to, well, if you've got any intelligence, you tend to become more moderate in your opinion, because you can see more of the argument, more of the perspectives. And if you're pretty much unintelligent, you see less of the perspectives and you're adamant, no matter what, you're right. So I tend to prefer people who, as they get older, can actually see more and can discuss more, mainly because they're better company and more intelligent to talk to. But that's just my opinion. You may disagree, and if you do disagree, feel free to leave a comment that I can ignore. Or I may not. I may argue with you. I probably won't, because as I once saw a wonderful picture entitled Internet Argument, it was a little child screaming at a braying donkey. That's what most internet arguments are like. So I try and avoid those. Alright, I'll shut up and stop ranting now. As always, I hope you enjoyed. If not the rant, at least the shift at all the sports grill. And I hope to see you down the road for more Chef for Hire events in Cook Serve Delicious 2. Cheerio!